Whoops, that was an interesting fade out. Welcome to the NFT Morning Show. Look, there's been some technical difficulties as you transition from one apartment to the next. They say the first thing is the background for your live YouTube morning show is the most important thing, and then everything else you can take care of. So that's what we sequenced. The technical side has not yet been fully adjusted, even though it has nothing to do with moving. Welcome to the NFT Morning Show. We do this every day. Pio likes to say we do it every week, but that's implied by the fact that you're doing it every day. So I'm going to skip that part of it. It's literally just Monday through Friday in the mornings, 9 a.m. to 10:15, or earlier if I got nothing to say. You know, today we're joined by some legends, fellow humans, and they're on stage, and I always appreciate that about them. We also have a sponsor today, which is very exciting. And I think maybe a sponsored NFT drop. So that's pretty exciting. I'll mention the sponsor in a second, right after I ask everybody, how are you doing? You're doing well?
I was about to tell you, I was about to give you like the best compliment, Nick, about your DJ skills, like so close. And then the end, it just, no, you are like an 8 out of 10, and then the end, I was literally about to say you're giving me God is a DJ vibes, but then you just had to rug yourself.
Well,
but
between the two songs, the transition was bad, the conclusion was bad. The choices were good.
Yes,
but like,
I agree.
Here's what
part of the game
is
the production.
I told Pio that I'm buying some DJ decks, and I'm gonna start spinning for the two songs, match up those beats, make that transition, do a fade out, and you're just going to be watching me sitting here, literally just twisting knobs, basically. Although you're not really going to have to twist knobs because, maybe if you want to add a little echo, you know, any other sort of effects, you can twist the knob in there. You can reduce the mids. You can increase the mids. You can do whatever you want. That's the beauty of having those decks, is that there's a couple of dials. I don't know anything else beyond a beginner intro to DJing, which I saw on YouTube yesterday or this weekend, and I got inspired and called Pio and said, I think it's necessary that we get DJ decks. The NFT holders are begging us that I start DJing live in the morning. Anyways, welcome to the show. We discuss NFT related stuff and other things. Today, we're discussing a large financial institution adopting crypto. What's that large financial institution? A new marketplace leader in Solana. What may happen with Blur Rewards having on Monday, and break down some of the top winners of the week. The week's not over. It's not over. So maybe we do that tomorrow. I don't know. Like what like are the winners going to change? You think the leaderboard will like change all of a sudden? Anyways, probably. There's a lot of action in the NFT market right now, and it's important that people listen to this show each and every morning so that they're aware of what's going on here. I also want to just shout out, man, I've been feeling a lot of gratitude lately. That's what happens when you save cash. Just your gratitude meter goes up, you know? And you can meet that gratitude with cold, hard cash, or as our Discord likes to say, Mike Trout cards. And the only place you can get a really valuable one is on SoRare. I'm sure there may be some other places, but I'm pretty confident the only place that you want to get it is via SoRare. The second season of MLB on SoRare is now live. Pio, you mentioned that the other day. We're still in the playoffs of the NBA, and we're already rolling into the MLB season. Look, don't worry, that season is going to go on for a long time. There's a lot of games, so you got plenty of opportunities to get there. You don't have a lot of opportunities remaining to participate in the playoffs, unless, of course, you're the Knicks, because they're probably going to win the entire thing. SoRare MLB is a revolutionary free-to-play fantasy baseball game and marketplace transforming fans into owners. With SoRare, you own and build fantasy MLB teams like a professional GM. Only the most professional of GMs give the best GMs. Managers also collect, buy, sell, trade, and compete with officially licensed digital player cards against global opponents to win epic rewards. You own your cards. Oh my God, that was like a bad DJ transition. You own your cards, win or lose. SoRare allows you to showcase your baseball knowledge to compete in free-to-play game tournaments and win rewards based on your player's real-life performance. You know this. You keep these prizes to continue building your lineups or sell for ETH. That's called liquidity. They also just added ETH rewards for their MLB game weeks, meaning you can win cold, hard ETH. I like that cold, hard ETH for placing in the top of each tournament. You know I like ETH. I'm an ETH maxi. Pio knows it. I haven't said that. I haven't come out of the closet about this before, but I'm a full-blown ETH maxi, and SoRare's adoption of that is very bullish for us. Clemente, what you like?
I was watching the Miami Heat game last night, and SoRare took out a 30-second ad during the playoffs. I was sitting there. I was like, damn. Okay, so they sponsor the NBA and the NFT morning show. That's pretty bullish to me.
Well, I'm sure that 30-second spot costs as much as 1 year of sponsorship on this show. So that's pretty
maybe more. Maybe more.
You can win big by entering the different tiers of tournaments. Each tier has different prizes. What's crazy is that was 30 seconds. I've been going on for a while. So we need some conversations here. On another note, SoRare has also just had another record-breaking sale. Oh, we're bringing up the Erling Haaland card again for $180,000. Erling Haaland, one of my favorite players. As you know, he's a very good basketball player, currently playing in the playoffs. I think he's even participating on the Knicks team, maybe the MVP of the season. There he is.
There he is.
Playing for the Knicks, out on the basketball court.
Hunting.
Is he hunting?
That's what the text said on the picture.
Okay, well, he's hunting. You need a gun for that. I didn't see the gun. But that guy seems like he could show you the gun show. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, we're giving away a limited Mike Trout card to listeners who sign up with the link in the pinned tweet and draft their starting team. Mike Trout. Sounds like a fish.
Sounds like a baseball player going for the all-time home run record to me.
Is that what he's going for right now?
3-time MVP, Nick.
Damn, and he's going for the all-time and he's not on steroids?
I mean, he's on that news, he's not on the old stuff.
Yeah, like deer antler tranquilizer or something like that. One of those good things.
Yeah.
Is that what he looks like?
A deer antler?
Remember, who was the St. Louis Cardinals guy? Who's
Mark McGwire.
Mark McGwire. There you go.
Did that guy look like a deer antler to you?
No, he looked like a bowling ball who hit 102 home runs a season.
You and Bunny speak at the exact same time. Not even on the beat. It's this transition.
Yeah, that was old school steroids. It was a little bit, the fat kind of cling to your body a little bit more. This new stuff's pretty lean.
I'm interested in that. Can I even cut while using it?
SPO, I bet someone at the jiu-jitsu MMA studio is definitely juicing. You could get you a hookup.
The past year of unhealthy, just kind of lifestyle has resulted in a little bit of fat on me, actually, and I'd like to handle that, and I'd also like to get jacked at the same time. So, if anyone has any suggestions on how to do that simultaneously, probably in just a 3-week period, that'd be great. Preferably something nice and sustainable like that. Let's dive into the weather report. How's the weather looking? Signal?
Yeah,
Yep.
Looking good. I'm always going to say, I'm always really grateful for you, Nick, because every time I think I don't know anything about sports, you're there. You're there showing me that I do know something, even if it's a little bit, I know something. So I'm grateful for you and your sports knowledge. But onto the weather, guys. Let's see what is happening on Thursday, the 27th of April. Total market volume coming in at 24.6 million. Blur still holding majority share at 14 million, but considerably down. OpenSea, the numbers just keep going down at 6.2. Onto leaders, not much change really there. Mutants under 11, holding 10.9. Azuki still holding that 15 ETH as we go towards the party. DeGods Captain stable at 7.8. Pudgy's back over 4, which is good to see. And Moonbird's holding their mint price at 2.5. Over the past 24 hours, onto RENGA. That's been a name we haven't heard in a while. They have announced the first ever RENGA report. This will be a regular update filled with all the latest happenings in the RENGA universe, including in real life events, a new YouTube channel, and weekly RENGA Twitter spaces. The market liked the news and the floor price was up 30%, settling at 0.63. Onto the art market, as noted by Twitter account at Tyler_did_it. Even Art Blocks is feeling the pain of the market after the curated collection Still Moving failed to mint out its 400-piece collection at its minimum mint price of 0.2 ETH. Some are blaming the bear, others the aesthetics, but either way, it's a sign of the times. On the other hand, despite the bear market, we're seeing some top sales across the PFP and art collections, including a 50 ETH DeGods sale. That's the biggest sale since the bridge. CloneX had a giant sale at 45 ETH. It's been a while since we've seen that. And Cosimo Medici sold Sam Spratt's The Gravity of Midas to OSF for 151K. So we're seeing the two sides of the market right now, some of the lows and some of the highs. And then lastly, today being Thursday, it's Grant Yun Day, and he's dropping part 2 of a Life in Japan series on Nifty Gateway. Life of Japan Part 1 holders get early access to the drop, and holders of both editions can burn them for a single piece. The supply will be 1299, so 1300, and the price is pretty much $300. On to crypto, we got BTC at 28.9, ETH at 1.8, Solana at 22.4, and Ape holding 4. So crypto recovering from those lows. Will it be that magnet that we talk about going back up to 40K for BTC? It's wait and see. Back to you folks in the studio.
Well, hey, thanks for throwing back to the one and only person in the studio right now, your boy Nifty Nick. I wanted to give a quick shout out to our newsletter today, which you can get every single day by signing up at thenifty.com. P.S. If you're collecting the free NFTs, you're getting that newsletter also. Okay? All right. Franklin Templeton, a $1.4 trillion giant. We just revealed who the financial giant was. Y'all were sitting on the edge. It turns out to be Franklin Templeton, our favorite large financial institution. Expanded its on-chain U.S. government money market fund onto Polygon. Woo! Polygon making those moves, making it the first U.S. registered mutual fund to utilize blockchain technology. I don't know what on-chain U.S. government money. I want to look into more about what this is. Doodles, the studio, the new home for Doodles experiences, goes live on Friday, April 28th, allowing users to create their own doodle. I heard some people were fudding it yesterday. I don't know who those people were, but Doodles, they're out here building. They're out here building, and that's why, like I said, them versus CloneX. I'm sticking with Doodles. Binance US has partnered with Unstoppable Domains to offer exclusive decentralized .Binance US domains. Who the
garbage?
Okay. This was an interesting curation here. I mean, this is like, hey guys, you can hit me at nick.binance.us. nick.binanceus.
Well, I think it's even more interesting that this story dropped with yesterday, some potential news coming out that Binance US was under some scrutiny with the CFTC. So it's always interesting to see. Like, imagine getting one of these and then Binance US just shuts down.
SEC is trying to, or the whole, Binance seems to be dead in the crosshairs of the US government at this moment in time. I don't know what the implication is of them losing US volume. But that's something that I'd be on the lookout for. Tensor,
I'm not worried.
You ain't worried?
Yeah, I trade ordinals on spreadsheets, dude. They don't give a shit about that stuff. There's no way that's
scared.
security.
You're not
Those
scared.
Are numbers on a screen, dude.
Ordinals activity is still consistent. I like how Trevor posted unit volume of ordinals compared to US dollar volume of ETH.
It was even crazier. It was even crazier. It was total ETH volume spent versus number of inscriptions. So inscriptions can be done by a single person at an uncapped rate. total ETH trading volume in that. It was like two completely uncorrelated data points. Like there was not even any overlap, and he was just like, exactly.
I only use spreadsheets now, though. Tensor, a marketplace that's followed similar UI and reward mechanics as Blur, has flipped Magic Eating as the most dominant secondary market over the past 24 hours. What's Magic Eating? You know?
What's Tensor, dude?
It's the only one that I use. How dare you ask?
It's the Blur on Solana. Similar UI, similar kind of rewards for using it. And this gap is actually much wider today. I think Magic Eating is down to about 60K, and Tensor is still sitting at about 90.
Gotcha. So you guys just support people with zero original ideas.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
That's Solana. There's no shame in Solana. I kind of like Solana more. That side of things really resonates with me. It's the lack of shame associated on the Solana blockchain. And that's what's today's subject of conversation. Shame. What is it? And when do you guys feel that?
Most of the time when you speak.
Okay.
I felt like a little bit of shame when I woke up this morning at the time when I'm supposed to be getting the kids to daycare. But was able to rally in compressed time. Took like about an hour routine down to about 26 minutes. And yeah, other than that, feeling good. Just a little bit of shame, but I was like, I guess I needed it.
You got to say.
I feel shame when I go for it.
No, go for it.
No, you go for it.
No, please. I feel ashamed for interrupting.
Cut off signal one more time. I swear, dude. I'm gonna snap.
No, because you asked when do you feel shame, and I'm saying I feel shame when I see someone at the gym that they're gonna take equipment, but I want that spot, so I run over and I put my towel and drink there really quickly, and I feel guilty inside, but I know I'm gonna be faster than them, and my session's gonna be quicker. But that's when I feel shame.
And that's why you're successful, Signal, right? Because you take what you want in life. You know what I mean? You're not passive. There ain't a passive person in this world that's sitting on top, and Signal's sitting on top.
Shout out to
I also feel shame with our new hire of Bunny as the head of IP for the Nifty based on his bio. I have a lot of shame with that recent hire.
Nick hired me.
The last comment on this, I was going to say, Kicks, say no to society's standards, dude. If you want to bring your kid late to school, bring your kid late to school. It doesn't matter. Like that. Like I'm like down with the man. You know. Oh, my shower went long today. It was warm. It was like warm water. I was feeling particularly good. I had a nice peaceful morning because I had classical music playing, and that enabled me to show up a little bit late because I lost track of time because I just felt elevated. You know, and that's most important because when I bring that harmonious vibe to my children, they behave better in school. And if we show up 10, 15 minutes late to school, but they're acting harmoniously throughout the day, they bring a positive energy. That's better for all of us. Okay.
It's all about vibes, baby. Like when I showed up so late that the spot you're supposed to put the lunch boxes was moved. They'd already moved it into the storage room. And so I just put it on the ground against the wall. I said, they're going to kind of know what that is. They're going to get that. They're going to get why that's there. And they'll go put it in the storage room. So I'm down with the vibes.
Well, it's all about the vibes. And you know who's on those vibes? Franklin Templeton, my favorite greater than $1 trillion asset financial institution. You know, they're a massive financial company. They integrated their money market fund. No. I don't think it's their whole money market fund. It's their on-chain U.S. government money market fund. So I'm curious what that even means. Do we have any insight on that, Clemente? What the on-chain money market fund specifically is a segment? It's now supported on Polygon, first U.S. registered mutual fund to do this. Integrating a money market fund with blockchain means that financial transactions, record keeping, and ownership of the fund are managed and recorded on a decentralized digital ledger. This allows for increased security, faster transactions, and operational efficiencies compared to traditional systems. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Better auditability because everyone can see it.
And I feel shame when we embarrass Pio so much he leaves the stage.
It is a sad day when he does that. I told him when he showed up that he could just take the day off because I got it from here. You know, when we talk about professionalism, I think of me hosting this show.
I like this. Yeah!
Okay. I like this question. Does this mean anything in the short term? What can we take from this type of news?
Means hell yeah, brother.
All righty.
It's about all we get from it.
Giddy up. Giddy up. This is as good as it gets.
Darn to a nanny, we're going up.
I mean, the market does appear, I would say, it does appear to be reacting positively to this news. And I'm very excited about this news and the market action and activity.
When you got some sweet tea for us? Geez, man, that's a thick accent, dude. What do you think about the charts chopping all over the place?
You need one chart and one chart only. It's the US dollar. That tells you everything you need to know. The monthly viewpoint and the weekly on the DXY. That's it.
The DXY, yeah, that actually is a good, but it's not 100% correlated here to ETH and crypto as a whole, but it is a good indicator. It's one of the forces. I like in general, we are positive. We are heading positively here, and I like that. And that's probably due to this Franklin Templeton investments.
I
all right.
thought Franklin Templeton sold all his apes and deactivated his Twitter account.
You're right about that, but he's still managing a fund with over $1 trillion. So you're correct about that. He didn't sell all of his Bored Apes, did he?
I think he has 2.
Are you kidding?
No, he's down to like single digits.
What?
Last I saw, he was.
Yeah,
He kept his gold one.
We couldn't hear you, Bunny.
I heard 2 apes as well.
Wow.
Is Nick? Well, I mean, usually when I'm not gonna say, shit happens, right? Up and down. That's life. Nick, why were we talking about Franklin Templeton investments? Are they our sponsor today?
No, they're not. SoRare is. You
Okay.
can sign up at the nifty.com/SoRare.
I wish Franklin Templeton Investments sponsored us. That I feel like they probably have $1 or $2 to throw towards sponsorship.
I mean, sorry for bringing it up so much. I was kind of feeling the same thing as well, Kicks, when we saw that news story. It is interesting, like this, it's a bear market when that's the top story.
Well, Nick, let me play you a quick clip and tell me what you think when you hear these sounds.
Okay. Listening. It's very silent. Is there any meaningful sound coming now, Kicks?
You didn't hear a thing.
Yeah.
No,
It's not worth trying, Kicks. We can group up on this after
why
the
don't you
show.
just send me a link? Just send me in the private chat and I'll play it.
I just think we have some of the best high class commercials of all time. If I was a billionaire, I'd give him at least 100 mil.
Send me a link in the private chat and that'll rectify it. But outside of that, okay, I'm good on this one. Do we not want to? Well, I guess we discussed DeGods so much, but I don't see that on the subject matter here. I saw a lot of action going around on DeGods, but not brought up in this. Winner of the week, quick segment. We need an intro for this one. Wonder Pals. Collection is up 150% over the last 7 days to a 0.25 ETH floor after minting out in February and dumping from 1 ETH all the way down to 0.04. The collection has recovered incredibly well, with its popularity surging in the Asian market. Ask any Asian. They'll know about Wonder Pals. With others thinking a bigger news event is coming.
I could see, dude. It looks like this thing would be just asking you if you want more bow buns, dude. You know what I'm saying? A little fucking anime skit.
Wow, we're gonna get canceled as if we
I love bow buns. Are you kidding me, dude? I was at a bachelor party. I ordered 3 of them for the table as an appetizer. I'm very cultured.
So, oh my God, I'm not gonna continue this part of the conversation. Wonder Pals. I remember when they had a surge. What I will say, look at this design. It's incredibly simple. I mean, it's like Cool Cats and yeah, it's basically like Cool Cats,
It's Cool Cats.
but like the character is not distinct at all. That said, Beans is also not distinct, but you know, it just goes to show, keep it simple, stupid. You know, you don't want anything complicated. The price has nothing to do with that. But why is it pumping right now?
Well,
Just
obviously because the Asian market is the only thing keeping NFTs alive. Look at any NFT project that's actually not bleeding out like a stuck pig. Azuki, Captains, and Wonder Pals.
Clemente says, let's move on. All right, I guess we got enough.
So there was a wallet that swept 400 of these, but nobody, like, I don't know who the wallet belongs to, whether it belongs to the team or belongs to somebody else. But like for me, like, come on, guys, it's a red flag when the only answer is it's because Asia likes it, and like a red flag as in nobody knows why it's pumping. It could be an alpha group, it could be like a team wallet. Basically, if it's not, if no clear, consistent signals are coming from Discord or Twitter why there's a single reason, then you know it's a bit of a Houdini, and it's probably a team wallet or another actor coming in to support the project. Because I don't think all these sort of anomalous pumps can be outsourced to Asia. Even they have limited money, even though they aren't like ungodly wealthy, but even they have limited money, can't support the whole market.
You know, well, at 2 million a day, maybe they can. If you run the math on that, it doesn't look good. What you were talking about with the daily volume. Sorry, how much was it today for OpenSea?
6 for OpenSea, 6 million.
6 million. So that gets you to 2.2 billion, down significantly from the 55 billion. So we've shrunk. But that's anyways, we'll move on to the next subject. RENGA's thread causes a nearly 30% pump. You want to bring up that thread? I think they call our producer Clemente Thread Guy is his alias. So let's take a look at, hey, Mr. Thread Guy.
The interesting thing here is this is not anything like communication wise what they've done before. So I don't know if they hired someone to start doing this, but at the very end, I think the biggest reason why this caused a pump is they teased an RPG game. So they said we can't say too much at this time, but things are about to blow up like an RPG. And then at the very end,
well, RPG is also a rocket propelled grenade.
Sure.
I'm just saying. I mean, I see where you're going with it, but like it could, you know, there's I think there's two interpretations potentially. I don't know.
The interpretation of the market was they have a game coming, and then at the very end they said our PFPs represent us, etc. Get ready to experience artillery like never before. Keep your eyes peeled. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is I can't remember the last time outside of Yuga that an announcement or a thread actually moved the floor in this market, and it pumped the RENGA floor nearly 30% last night.
What's the price? What's the floor of RENGA's at now? 0.63. Oof. What was it at last night? I guess 30 per, 50, 40.
Yeah, it
about sub 0.5, and it went to mid 0.6s.
Yeah, went almost up to 0.7. Yeah, that's a nice little pump. I feel like it'll have sold off by the end of the week. But shout out to them building an RPG game. I thought it was I thought RENGA was like an art project.
They're building a AAA game, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the graphics will be cute and cuddly and fun, dude. I like to, waddle through that land and find myself a sword and a staff.
Cute and cuddly is not how I describe RENGA, but yeah.
But I think this is actually a good thing, because when we did buy, sell, or send it to zero, everyone said sell. And why? Because nobody knew what was next happening on the roadmap. And so now they've come out, responded to that type of feedback from the community. And now they're saying you're going to have your weekly Twitter spaces, your YouTube channel, more in real life events, a potential game. So the sort of like roadmap, or at least the regular updates, will be coming more, so more people can see it, and it gives more confidence to the collection, to the market, that this will be something that will actually stay around potentially for the next 6 to 9 months, rather than just sort of disappearing and becoming a Wonder Pals, and then we're all wondering, is it pumping because of Asia? So I think it's a good thing that they have these RENGA regular reports.
I agree.
I agree with that. Not I'm hoping that we pump because of Asia, but after our last conversation on that, I'm skeptical that that's going to happen because nothing screams this market has a lot of white dudes in it, like people speculating that the pump is coming from Asia. Like, that's just a ridiculous statement. Anyways, yeah, RENGA. I mean, I like the communication on it. What I was going to say is this market, any sort of speculation lasts an incredibly short period of time right now. This is as brutal as it gets of a market to trade right now. And I just think like if you're buying into any of these pumps, you're basically screwed. Right now, you got to switch to a long-term sort of approach. Next subject, and we brought it up earlier, crypto dumps, then nearly fully recovers. I don't know about fully recovers.
I mean, it went up high. It was like 1923 yesterday. Yeah. I mean, it definitely looked like something weird. I mean, there's all sorts of weird information flowing around these things too as well, because like people were saying that it was the U.S. government dumping coins, and that freaked people out. But I mean, look at that wick. Look at that wick.
Oh, it's an insane, dude. This is like John Wick level.
John Wick 3. Yeah. Don't kill someone's dog. You get wicks like this.
I haven't seen that in the theaters because we found out it's almost 3 hours long.
John Wick 4.
Sorry, John Wick 4 is nearly 3
well,
hours
Nick, they
long.
do that because you can take a 30-minute nap in the middle and not miss a thing. You can just wake back up and you're right back in it. I did that on John Wick 2. It was phenomenal. One of the best naps of my life.
I prefer to do that from home if I'm going to do that approach. Unless you get, I remember in San Francisco, I went to one of those theaters where where it fully reclines, and like that's just straight pass out mode. Like you're basically just there being like, this movie's okay, but you know what's better? Going to sleep. So, anyways, yeah, this wick is an insane wick. It's mostly in the range, bounced off literally the bottom of the range that I've had drawn.
And what do you call this range? Is this like the demilitarized zone, the DMZ, or?
This is the Asia trading range.
There we go.
What I've seen. This is when they're most active and sweeping floors of Wonder Pals. No, I don't know. This was a range from before that I watched that I just thought I drew some lines. I can't tell you why, but I've just held on to them with confidence. What's interesting, I like buying here. I like this going up to 2,200 on ETH, maybe even 25 is what I'd be looking for here. We just got a solid base here, man. I don't know that I like this direction that we're headed. I could see us just, climbing up over the next month or so. They say sell in May and go away, but I could see us going a little bit through May, just a slow grind up. I like the action here.
I think it's funny how everybody's trying to fit a narrative to the ETH price. Like I swear when I go into Twitter, there's another reason for what's happening. It's like, oh, tech earnings were solid, ETH's up. And then it's like, then it crashes. It's like the US government's selling. And then it goes back up again. And it's like the banks are destabilizing. I'm just thinking in my head, I don't think there's like a guy, I don't think there's like a family fund manager that reads the newspaper. He's like, buy Bitcoin now. Go. We need it now. The world is ending this second. Get the Bitcoin. Oh, it wicks up. Oh, wait. Never mind. Tech earnings were good. Get some Ethereum. Get some Ethereum right now.
It's that's absolutely hilarious. They're trading the minute candles out here, being like, what's going on? Look, I like exposure to crypto, period. And if I can get a nice, I like a nice 50% run up here. That is a phenomenal place to be. I tweeted last night, it seems inevitable that we got a 25% upside here.
Yeah, you're looking at the monthly MACD curl, dude. I'm looking at the same thing.
Dude, look at the daily curl. Look at the daily.
Oh, it's coming around the daily too. John B's getting ready.
She'd be coming around the corner when she comes, That's what they say. So that's the situation there. Side note from Bitcoin news, this is shared in the notes today. Bitcoin dropped over 5% in an hour. is Arkham Alert reports transactions are being carried out by both Mt. Gox and the wallets of the U.S. government. Ah, I see. So finally, the notorious Mt. Gox wallets.
That was shortly marked as false, by the way.
Okay. Those Mt. Gox wallets are always on the verge of being liquidated and decimating the entire market. Here's a quick tip. The government and literally everyone that runs any sort of responsible financial institution or fund or account doesn't liquidate so they can drop the price down to zero. I just want to let you know that because their job is to get as much money as possible for the holders. And so they're not interested in just dumping it at zero. If they dump Bitcoin to zero, I would like that. That'd be exciting. Tensor flips. Well, hold on real quick. Because of Kix's rambling here. I mean, that guy's so ADD, man. You know, that guy, every time every time he's on the show, this show takes a real ADD turn. Want to take a minute to thank the sponsor for today. You know who this is? SoRare. They just started up their second season of the MLB, Fantasy MLB. SoRare MLB, free to play fantasy baseball with officially licensed digital cards featuring baseball players from around the MLB's 30 teams. 30 teams these days, huh? That's a lot. Unlike other fantasy baseball platforms, SoRare managers truly own their fantasy experience, scouting, buying, selling, and competing with player cards each week and season. Win or lose, you still own your cards. That's what I'm talking about. Cards in the 2023 season can be used next season and so on. Plus, the more you win, the more you advance, collecting increasingly powerful cards and accessing next level competitions and rewards. I'm having a little bit of slip of the tongue today. You know, got a little bit of a sickness called slip of the tongue. SoRare has also just added ETH rewards to their MLB game weeks. What? Meaning you can win cold, hard ETH for placing in the top of each tournament. Get after that. SoRare MLB uses action-based scoring systems where events that happen on the baseball field immediately translate into positive or negative points for your SoRare team. I wonder what the latency on that is. That's an interesting thing. I always find that can be exploited on the gambling side of things. You get a couple of milliseconds of action with if you go and watch the NBA games live. I haven't done the same with MLB, so I couldn't tell you. They're one of the biggest games in crypto with millions of registered users and hundreds of thousands of monthly active users. The best part, it's free to play. F2P. That's what they say. They're on Starkware, layer 2 Ethereum to scale to millions of users. They wanted a couple of extra mentions here, so I'll mention it. They got big-time investors, similar to our investors. Alexis Ohanian, Serena Williams, Gerard Pique, Blake Griffin, and Rudy Gobert. They even have partnered with athlete ambassadors such as Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe, Aaron Judge, and Karl Anthony Towns. The game isn't crypto specific. You can also buy cards with a credit card. So on board your entire family. Many people, why am I doing this pseudo French accent? Because I've been watching Emily in Paris. Their last round of funding was Europe's biggest ever Series B with $680 million in funding and a $4.3 billion valuation. So that's what's going on there. I want to get to the next subject. Real quick, before we do, you know why I'm watching Emily in Paris? Anybody?
Because it's a great show.
Because Kix mentioned it.
Yeah.
There was one risque episode there that I just watched where literally it's a bunch of topless women inside of a sauna. Did you see that episode? Yeah. I was like, damn, like this is just like breasts all over the place.
But that's what happens when you're in a sauna, or actually, that's what happens when you're in any kind of public women's changing facilities in France. Like, they are so comfortable being naked. Like, if you're even slightly prudish, put your sunglasses on, close your eyes, try and find your locker and get out, because it's flesh everywhere.
You raise a good point. It's very, it does properly represent, it takes a snippet out of that women in a locker room and an American vibe, and the American in this case was wearing like a full robe, basically inside of a sauna or a steam room, which was quite hilarious. So that does make a ton of sense. It was entertaining for the viewer as well. There were a lot of great breaths. Let's move on to the next subject. Tensor flips Magic Eden in 24-hour volume. Wait, I didn't answer the question that I posed. It was because Kix mentioned the show before on this show. And I was like, if it's good enough for Kix, it's good enough for me. That's what was going on there. Have you watched all the seasons, Kix?
Up to season 3.
Okay. Well, I'm just plowing through those episodes. I'm telling you, I do a little bit of coding and I watch Emily in Paris. It's so fake, the show, but great fashion, you know, if you're into that sort of thing. Tensor flips Magic Eden. Easy. I'm just going to turn it over to you for this thing, my man. Give me the lowdown here. Tell me what the deal is and why we need to know about this.
Well, I mean, you got to think Magic Eden had massive market share. They control 95% of the Solana ecosystem. And then with Madlads popping off the way it has, oddly enough, some of the largest Madlads supporters are also early investors in Tensor. So there's been some overlap. And Tensor rolled out a plan to sweep the floor and airdrop Madlads to people who only list on Tensor. So they're continuing to incentivize people to only use that marketplace. On top of it, they did a similar thing with like the boxes and point system that we saw on Blur. So taking a page out of Blur's book, who took market share from OpenSea. But Magic Eden, like the sentiment on Sol is largely that like Magic Eden has kind of stopped caring about Solana. Like they have an ETH marketplace, they have a Polygon launchpad, they have a Bitcoin marketplace that they were able to build in 10 days. And it just felt like they turned their shoulder away from like Sol, which is where they started. So people were like far more comfortable just starting to use other platforms and applications. And now Magic Eden's come out and been like, yeah, you guys were right. Like we kind of turned away from Solana and now it's time that we figure it out. Actions speak louder than words. So we got to do something because Tensor's at 60% of market share. Magic Eden's at like 38. And just last month, they were at 75. So it's been a pretty serious fall off.
Is it like Blur coming in and disrupting OpenSea?
To an extent, but I guess like the sentiment on Tensor is not the same as like the Blur farming with the bid walls because Magic Eden had offers as well. This is like way more social and like community backed. Like people like the Tensor team is 2 or 3 people. It's really small. So it's like this mom and pop shop coming in and just like sticking it to the man and beating them. But like their product's better. People enjoy it more. They have like a trader option and a more user-friendly option. So like even people who are more familiar with Magic Eden can just toggle it on and it still gives a better user experience. But I think it largely is just like the Solana ecosystem felt like Magic Eden got lifted up because of Solana during the bull run. And then as soon as the market slowed, they left. They were like, we're going to try ETH. We're going to try Polygon. We're going to try Bitcoin ordinals. And now that they're like losing their primary market share, now they're like, oh, we have to do something, you know? And it almost
noticed, I've noticed that kind of sentiment from a lot of like big Solana maxis that they feel like during like the darkest of days, like, you know, some people turn their backs on Solana. And now that Solana seems to be in, you know, kind of regained its footing, there's a lot of people that like seem to be like, I'm going to focus on the projects that like were like with us through the thickest of times. Like I saw someone mention like Claynosaurs as one of those projects, right? Like that they've, you know, stayed very, very hardcore on Solana. And it seems like that OG community cares about those things. So like what you're saying about Tensor makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, and that's really what it is. It's just like they're kind of just sitting here like, you guys gave up on us, so why the hell would we back you when there's somebody who clearly wants to see Solana succeed and is only focused on this? And like when you have the right people also pushing that messaging, it becomes more difficult. Like you said, a lot of the big time like Sol individuals are pushing that. And then clearly Madlads has some overlap of people who are big fans of Backpack, also big fans of Tensor. And with Madlads going for 25, 35, 40, 75 grand for some of the more exclusive rare ones, people are starting to take notice.
How would you say your relations are with Tensor? Is it sauna level?
Well, I definitely fumbled because they hit me up and asked if I wanted to invest in the seed round and I didn't. So pretty good aside from that.
When was that?
Like 5-6 months ago.
Okay, that's a long time ago. That
Yeah.
is irrecoverable, but that's the situation. Maybe they do a seat extension. You never know.
Who knows? I still talk to them. I mean, they're great people. They're very friendly, open to feedback. So like they talk to me because they know I traded a lot on Magic Eden, and they were just kind of like, what do you like? What do you not like? This was a while ago, but I mean, I'm glad to see they're crushing it because if it's a better product, why not? And now I think that because Magic Eden has some competition, they got to do something now. You know, like you clearly either in order to get market share, you have to innovate and react.
Easy. One of the things I was thinking about just real quick, as far as Solana versus ETH, like I just feels particularly boring right now in ETH, and we're kind of just sitting on our hands waiting for something. Meanwhile, in Solana, at least it seems like there's stuff going on, and that sentiment is really picking up on that front. Is there anything to it? Like, is there actually something and big things happening in Solana, or is it just that perception of it because things feel so dead on the ETH front?
It happens every time. When gas pumps, people start to realize like, holy shit, it's 1/100th of a penny for a transaction. This is way better. And with shitcoin season, you've seen gas be $60 to $80 for everything, unstaking, staking, transfers. So people are tired of it. And then obviously when you have a couple wins, like the ETH funds obviously started to cycle in a little bit with Clinosaurs after the IRL success. And then people, I guess, once gas started pumping, they were like, all right, I guess this makes sense. Like, let me try it. You had a couple of hype mints with the heist into Madlads. So now there's still a lot of like speculation, but people seeing wins in this down market when there's like nothing going on besides shitcoins on ETH gets people excited. Like people still enjoy trading NFTs.
And it almost feels like, correct me if I'm wrong, that there was like this underdog mentality and this like united front in Solana once DeGods and Utes left, where they were like, hey, this is our chance to like really come back. Everyone's calling us dead. And kind of it felt like that unity almost in that front.
Yeah, so you had a bunch of projects taking those swings. I mean, you also did have people resurfacing tweets from FTX when a certain individual who had left Solana was tweeting out, what's the bull case for Sol? What positive opportunities are there? And now people are like bringing that back up, quote tweeting it and being like, well, here you go.
Easy. What's the fee structure on Tensor? Like what percentage fees are there on transactions?
It's a maker and taker fee. So they do it like very much so. If you sell into a bid, you pay the fee. If you buy off the floor, the buyer pays the fee. But I think it's like sub 2%.
Got it. And Madlads really, we talked about it on the show yesterday. Madlads has really captured a lot of attention. I saw Nick Carter, big time Bitcoin personality, Nick Carter sporting a Madlad. I wouldn't be surprised if he's an investor in Tensor as a result, or an investor in Madlads because he runs a fund.
Could be Backpack.
Or Backpack, yeah. What is Backpack?
So it's a wallet that provides what they are calling XNFTs. So it's a new type of application that uses NFTs within the wallet app. So think of it like this is like a bigger push for like the Solana phone and Android phones, because you can download Backpack and get a full suite of applications right within the wallet. So it's almost like an app store inside of a crypto wallet where NFTs interact seamlessly. Like their reveal was an example of this, where it gave you a picture and the only way to reveal it was like to find your NFT in there and interact with it, just showing like high level potentials. And I wanted to clarify too, Tensor's a 1% fee on that for transactions. And then of course, royalties, which can be enforced. So it's a 1% fee on the buy side.
Well, exciting times on the Solana side. It is cool to see more activity going on there. And I do keep seeing like tweets in my, I don't know how the Twitter thread or the Twitter for you, however that side of my feed is curated at this point in time. I have been seeing, surprisingly, a lot of longer posts, and I think this is Elon specifically trying to go after Substack. He now has personal beef with Substack. He was promoting subscriptions. Elon is making something like himself $150,000 a month in subscribers.
Damn.
How for himself?
Right.
How crazy is that? How much? That's insane. I wonder if he writes anything in there.
What are people?
You're about to go subscribe to find out. Like that's what happens is everyone's speculating like, wait a minute, you think he actually posts something in there? I'm gonna throw $5 at it.
So it's paywalled, right? So like you can't see special content that you can only see. Oh, dude, crypto guys are gonna love this. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
all their calls and everything
Oh my
else. You're gonna have
God.
alpha calls in my subscriber list and all this other stuff.
Forget about a Telegram group. Subscribe to my bullshit on Twitter.
Hey, it's not bullshit. I just want to take the moment real quick to tell people to subscribe to my Twitter because there's some very interesting content in there where we only provide the alphaist of alpha, and it's the biggest and the bestest. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for that, go subscribe to my Twitter. Let's do over under.
New segment over under.
This
Let's
is
go.
This is what I'm talking about. Clemente in the kitchen cooking up new segments.
He's got a hairnet on. He's got an apron.
All right. So what we're going to do here is essentially for the next 60 days, we're going to give a floor price prediction in the next 60 days. And you guys share whether you take the over or the under on that given floor price on the collection.
All right. Well, let's start off. Mutant Ape Yacht Club over under 9 ETH. Current floor price 10.7 ETH would require a 16% loss. Mutant Ape Yacht Club. For the context of this, I want to say, is ETH going up? I'm going to say under because ETH is supposed to go up 25%. Right now, we got a floor price of 20,000 down from 25,000. 20 is the new line that I'm looking at. It does appear to be trading in USD. So let's say ETH goes up 25%. We're hovering at 2,200, 2,214 times 9 is 19,000. So, and you said under 9 ETH. Yeah, if we got up to the 25, definitely. So I'm going to say, I'm going to take the under on 9 ETH.
Easy. How about you?
Oh man, that's tough. So under. I mean, with heavy metal, with vessels, with other side expanded, everything else going on, I just don't see the focus returning back to the main assets for now. I think longer term, sure, but I think we're gonna see under 9.
I'm going to take the over.
And Signal.
I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna take the over on this one.
Wow. That's ridiculous. Can we get a sound effect there, Pio?
Damn! There we goes.
Over 9 ETH.
Good
So we're saying
Lord. Holy shit.
So, I love how. Wait, didn't someone else say over?
I said
Kick
over.
said.
Yeah, Kick said over. Then Signal said over, and Nick's like, "Damn."
Nick didn't even react.
Yeah.
He didn't even see a single thing to my prediction. He said, and over to Signal.
Okay, sorry.
I love this segment already. I think this may be a Nick only hosted segment. First, he didn't throw. He just said his position and just left it. He just left it on the show. I threw to the easy. Then I texted Nick, yo, you got to throw. He goes, yeah, my bad. He throws to Kicks. Kicks says over. Ignored. Signal says over. He's like, you're smoking crack. Is basically what happened. He's like, can we get a sound effect for how dumb that was?
I was
Not a motherfucker.
I was shocked by the fact that both of them said the same thing. I was waiting to see what they said.
I just think that, you know, mutants have some sort of floor support. There's a lot of people that want to be in the Bored Ape Yacht Club ecosystem, and I think that like that 10 ETH like it will be defended.
I got a comment. If you want to throw to me, Nick, you want to throw?
No, I'm good. Let's move on to the next project.
You know what I think the genuine bottom is for Mutant Apes? If we see like the bottom that I think is $10,000. It went that low before. It went to $10,000. So yeah, I'm way under 9. Way under 9 because it's gone to 10K before, and I think it can go to 10K again because the NFT market is basically like the NFT market's going to be like, what does Legends of Mara do for the Mutant Apes? What does Legends of Mara do for the Bored Apes? Why should I hold this? I'll buy Legends of Mara instead. is basically the genuine thing. No one's thinking long-term mutant apes are potentially going to be a grail collectible that will appreciate over time gradually. The NFT space is like, I thought I was going to get something today. I didn't get anything. I'm going to sell this thing.
Yeah, when you look at like a 2x potential, I'd way rather take heavy metal at like 1.3 than mutants at 10 ETH.
Oh yeah, I'm on the same page with that. That wasn't the question though. The question was, do you think it's over or under? Which and so, the reality is, I've been liking some of the Legends of Mara stuff that they're doing, and it seems quite promising. I'm liking the land that I have. I haven't transferred the land yet to the other deed extended. I think I got to do that like imminently because there's some perks to doing that.
I would do it sooner than later, get the enchanter. But can we also ask the head of IP, the bunny, what he thinks about this? Because the only Yuga primary ape holders still left out of the group.
And Signal had a thought too after Bunny. Bunny.
Yeah, it's over. Oh, yeah.
Hey, well, that's what the question was, and we just wanted to know over and under. So thanks for that with no commentary. This isn't a commentary section. This is just over or under. DeGods 10 ETH.
Wait. Can I just say why as well on Kix's thing? Have you ever noticed, guys, that if you go sub 10, it's a very strange land for projects between 5 and 10, like
10.
Yeah, 5 and 10 is a very strange place. You're seeing it with captains. You're seeing it with DeGods right now. The market's trying to figure out, does it want to stay there? Will it sell off after meme token? So it's like it either gets defended at 10 and stays above 10, or it goes down. And I don't think mutants will go down below 9 under these current conditions in the next 60 days, which is why I'm over at the moment. I think it defends the 10.
Captains has such a strong floor. Like it's just been a straight line for the past few days. It's just showing strength, absolute strength, like a very strong person. DeGods 10 ETH. Current floor price 7.8 ETH would require a nearly 30% move. Here's my take. It correlates with captains. Whatever the captains for is, I think captains and DeGods and Pudgy gets pulled into this ecosystem. But DeGods and captains are trading around the same level right now. Upside would be large sweeps and whales getting involved since moving to ETH. The downside, large FUD on the timeline. Can Frank manage Utes and DeGods effectively? Frank being so vocal at times makes people forget that there's a team behind him. That's Clemente's take. Look, here's the deal. I'm going to go with under 10 ETH, 60 days. I don't know what the catalyst is in the next 60 days for it to go over 10 ETH. So that's where I'm at. I think instead the odds are far greater that mutants come down, like Pio was saying, than DeGods going up here. I think what we're trying to find is what is mid-tier, and mid-tier feels like somewhere around 15 grand is a price that I like for the mid-tier. Anybody else? Easy.
I would say over. We got DeGods season 3 within the next 60 days. Ute season 2, usually appreciation and value from those two can push it, at least in the short term. We've already seen them come out the gate around 11. So you have early buyers that want that price action to be pushed higher. You have some whales still sweeping at current prices, a couple big sweeps over the last few days in this lull. So yeah, I'll be really interested to see where it goes from here.
And what's the over under line on this one?
I said 10.
10 ETH. But like, I hate the ETH basis because the reality, like Lego Batman says here, I think the market trades in USD. And so we should really just talk about what's the USD price on these things?
I agree.
Captains right now is at
just under 15 grand.
15K. So 15K feels like mid tier. What does 10 ETH look like at this point? That's basically 20,000. So do we think it'll go up to 20K?
I do. I think that captains is going to. I own one, so I am biased.
But how about DeGods?
And DeGods, yeah. Look, I think it's going to be hard to get that increase because we're basically talking about DeGods going on a run right now. That's what we're basically talking about. We're not talking about like whether they'll stay the same. We're talking about another run. I think it's going to be hard to compete with the news event, the catalyst of the bridge to ETH in the short term. I'm not going to fade that Frank and the team has some really good stuff up their sleeve. This is more based on the NFT market. So, I mean, gun to my head, given the current situation with NFTs, I think I'll go under. That's not to disrespect the project or the team. I just mean they just came off of a huge thing. And maybe they have another massive thing right around the corner. That would be pretty on brand. But gun to my head, knowing the NFT market, I'll go under, because we're basically saying, are they going to go on a pretty legit run from here in the next unit of time?
I like Easy's pick, I think. But would you buy one here, Easy?
No, I want to see
captains or DeGods. Which one are you buying here?
I'm biased. Yeah, I'm biased. I hold captains. I'm still holding captains. So like, if I wasn't selling a captain here, I would not be moving that capital into a DeGod. Like, if anything, I'd feel more comfortable backing up and buying another captains here, and even more specifically, like probably potatoes, because those tend to be the lagging trade on it. And I genuinely have been saying, like, since captains were 3.5, 4, that I think captains go to 10 ETH.
If I could drop one comment, Mutant Ape Yacht Club is $20,000, $20,400 right now. For me, I'm like, why would captains not flip that? That's the way I've been thinking about it the whole time. I'm like, why would a Mutant Ape be higher than a captains? It doesn't make sense to me, because captains is the premier project of meme land, and we're going into a token sale, or a token, whatever you want to call it. Like, they're dropping a token. They're dropping a meme token.
That aspect of it makes me really bullish on it. Somehow,
you guys said under 9 for mutants, but over 10 for DeGods. That's got to be one of the worst all-time takes.
Can we get a bow for Bunny?
I didn't say over. I said under on DeGods, buddy.
No, not you, Nick and Easy.
I don't know if I actually did I say over?
Easy definitely said under.
I said over on those. Mutants under, because Yuga has 500,000 assets and there's 5,000 of us left, and Bunny's the last one bag holding.
I'll pay you any amount of money that DeGods don't flip mutants in the next 2 months.
He's putting some side bets down on this. That's what I'm talking about.
I'll take the line.
How much?
I don't know.
You want to put $1,000 on it?
You really, dude? And what is the catalyst for DeGods to flip mutants?
You sound a little bit scarred.
No, dude. First of all, I literally have a 2 ETH cushion.
How about $50,000 we throw out this?
I'll put my ape up. No, you don't have.
Oh.
Well, I'll match that in today's cash price, actually, which is basically giving you a loan at this point. So, okay, Kicks, what's your take over under on DeGods 10 ETH?
That's tough, man. I feel like if Frank watches this video and sees too many people going under, he's literally going to figure a way out to get it above 10 ETH. 60 days. We're talking 60 days here.
Short. It's a short timeline.
It's a short little timeline. And like, if ETH is bullish, right, you got to factor that in. Is that putting a little downward pressure on these prices? But, Frank's getting a lot of fun on the timeline right now. I think that's kind of like fuel for him. So I'll take the over here and just say that, this dude's going to just get like 2 hours of sleep for 30 days straight and thread a needle.
We got to drop an NFT, and we also have to do a quick read. And also I wanted to do one other over under, which is the Nifty portal. I got a target price on that one. I want to see. You said 60 days. I'm interested. I got one for that. I'm not going to smoke a joint on air on my take on this one in the next 60 days. But and if I do that, I have to do it outside. I can't do that in my apartment. So that's the that's the other situation here. So like, it's very complicated.
Come to my apartment then. I don't fear the management company.
Yeah, you live in New York, dog.
I'm not concerned about the management company. I'm concerned about
way more to worry about.
Selling like weed. But anyways, real quick. Well, do we want to? Here's the deal. At the end of this read, I'll give you the code. And did you, Clemente? Did you post it in the Discord?
Yeah, we're good to go.
Okay. SoRare, our sponsor, MLB Season 2 is here and better than ever. SoRare is a free-to-play fantasy baseball game where you collect digital cards of various scarcities to play in fantasy competitions each and every week for rewards. You know this already because we mentioned it multiple times throughout this show. The cards are on the blockchain. You own them forever. Unlike FIFA or MLB, the show. What? Sorry, this is a typo here. I don't understand.
Just keep going, bro.
Simply put, it's the first time the gamification through fantasy meets true ownership in a digital environment, all made possible by blockchain technology. Game weeks happen twice weekly in a span of 3 to 4 day cycle, Monday to Thursday and Friday to Sunday. I like a short Friday I like this cycle. At the end of each game week, managers who rank at or near the top of our tournament leaderboards win a variety of rewards, which can include scarcity cards, game tickets, merchandise, signed jerseys, and VIP experiences. The higher you finish, the better the rewards. Prize pools for each competition vary week by week. Volatility is what we call that. SoRare has just added ETH rewards to their MLB game weeks, meaning you can win, as we mentioned, cold, hard ETH. Cash. The game isn't crypto specific. You can also buy cards with a credit card, so onboard your whole family. Get the kids. Get your 3-year-old child on SoRare. I think that's against the terms. I don't know what the minimum age is. My guess it's got to be like at least 13, right? If not 18. Any ideas?
I'd put it in the 18 category.
Okay. On another note, SoRare has also just had another record-breaking sale. Erling Haaland, the #1 NBA player of the season. Very excited about Erling. So get the link at the top. And also, while you're at it, I don't know if we posted in the description, but we should post the link in the description to SoRare on the NFT. You can claim today's free NFT baseball buddy. You want to put it on the screen, Clemente? The code is SoRare MLB. That's the code. SoRare MLB. Claim that code and then click the link to sign up. He is a beauty. Look at him. There's a link in the description. Join SoRare.
Just hitting dingers.
Great
This guy-
baseball
Buddy
player,
just-
Erling Hollander.
Buddy looks like he may be on that juice. We actually need a juiced up version. We already had the Bodoginator. I think we just need more juiced up buddies. Anyways, we got to fix that text, how it wraps like that. Anywho, that's been today's episode. Thank you to all of our guests for joining.
No problem.
Thank you to all of the listeners. We love each and every one of you.
Happy to be here, man. Thanks.
If you're on YouTube, remember to lick that like, smash the subscribe, and we'll see you next time. If you're on Twitter,